Hi there. I just want to show you how easy it is to make a beautiful carousel printed from the Flights of Fantasy CD. This actual one is version 6 and there's 10 in the series. So what you would do there is it tells you exactly what to do to score a valley fold to cut. So before we do anything else, that's the most important thing, is to make sure that you score all of your sections before you cut them. Scoring is just going to enable you to be able to fold it crisply and neatly. So on anything where it says to score, you would just continue to go around all of those lines, score them. Once we've got those scored, the next thing to do would be obviously to cut them out. So I've got them done here. So these are all scored, and what I would do is make sure that I can fold that down nicely. So you can see, because we've scored it, that it's no problem in folding that down. The ends here would fold over like that. So I'm just doing all of these before actually assembling it. So this is the top canopy part. So I've got those folded, and then this is actually the pole that the lovely little carousel horse is going to be on. So just fold that, and again, because we've scored that, it makes it very, very easy to get a nice neat fold. It doesn't have to be really, really crisp, but just so that we've got a nice fold on there. Okay then, so assembling it couldn't be easier. The two little tags that we've got on the back here, you can either put the glue onto there and assemble it like that so that you've got it on the inside of your carousel, but personally I prefer to do it on the outside. So I'm just going to put some of my Flower Soft glue on the outside lips, and I know that this is the base, so what we're going to do there is make sure that we've got that fitted onto right onto the end of the base. Fold that over, and again we've got that on there like that. So you can see that that's going to be fitted nicely onto there. If I was folding it, obviously it would just goes in and folds over, but in this instance, because I'm doing the carousel, I want this to pop out. So exactly the same with the canopy. So again, I'm going to be putting the glue on the canopy, on that little lip, and then that fits perfectly right on the edge there. Okay, like that, and then again on the edge here. Just make sure that you've got that nice and neatly folded. Good thing about using the glue is that you can slide it into position. So there we've got the basis of the carousel already started. So the horses can just be lightly folded. When I mean lightly, it's just enough just to crease that. I'm not going to score it or anything like that. So you can do that just roughly in half. Obviously, because of the different designs, you would fold it in a different area, but just kind of in the middle. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to take the pole and I'm going to put a little dab of glue just on the top ½ inch and the bottom ½ inch. And this is then going to glue inside. The easiest way I found is to place both of them inside and get the edge right to the bottom. And a good way of getting this quite accurate is if you follow the score line. So you can see the score line there, and you can also see the score line there. So I'm just making sure that they marry up perfectly like that, and then I can place that into position again where the score line is and where the score line is on the centre. Okay then, so I've got that nicely glued like that. So then it's just a question of attaching the horse. So I'm going to put a little bit glue on that soft fold in the centre, and again I'm just going to place the horse into position and because I've actually got the wet glue on, I could slide that up into position or move it a little bit higher or lower, whichever way. Don't worry unduly about the glue because that's going to dry clear. So what we've got now is we've got the horse attached to one piece of our carousel. Okay, so I've already done the other 3 pieces, so this is what it would look like when they're glued back to back like that. So I've got the last piece. If I wanted to have a little loop, maybe I'm making it a child's mobile, then I'm just going to glue that ribbon into position there. So on the last section I would just add a little bit of glue to that join, and then deciding on what kind of size loop you're wanting. And this is silk ribbon. One of the other things I might probably use would be some thin type of wire, a little bit unobtrusive. So just cut that off, that you've got that hidden inside, and that's going to be the loop. And attaching it couldn't be simpler, so again we're going to be putting the wet glue just onto one side at first. If you put plenty of glue on, it means that you're going to be able to slide this around to make sure that you've got the real optimum position. So I've got that there and that inside like that. Make sure the bottoms are sealed like that into position, and then we can glue that into position there like that. So it just means I've got the other side now to glue. So again we're going to put glue onto the inside of the card, and then the final piece is when you just slide that into position. If you make sure that you've got your two, the top canopy and the bottom base, in the right position, and then nip those together. Then you've got your canopy, which has got your 4 sections. You've also now got your little loop that you can use to hang that up. Now if you wanted to take it a stage further, you can in fact get another one of those in. So what I've done in this one, I've actually got the 4 together, and can you see if I move that out to put another section in, that just makes that carousel horse stand out that little bit further. So by extending that makes that carousel horse move out a little bit. So they do look quite cute and quite dramatic if you've got 5 in them. It depends on the look. This one that I'm using here is from Carousel number 4, the design, all of which are absolutely beautiful in their own right. So I'm just opening that out, and I'm going to place that into position. And again, what we need to do is make sure that you have the bottom and the top canopy into position with your glue before you start and press that into position. You can either attach your loop, or if you're having it just as a carousel that you would stand maybe at the nursery on the windowsill to catch the light, you can use your gems, your glitters, all your glazes, so you can really go to town. So again, make sure that you've got the bottom, the top canopy nicely attached. Slide that into position there, and then press that down into home. So you can see there now we've got the 5 beautiful carousel horses all wending their way around the carousel. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I know that you're going to really enjoy making all of those up. See you again soon.